Hi, this is Darren Uyenoyama. This is my third blog for leading up to the UFC on Fox. It's going to be November 10th, and my fight will be streamed on Facebook and Fox.com. So check it out. Since the last blog, I'd say that the training intensified. I think the last one was like 2 weeks out, so now we're a week away. The footage that will be featured in this will feature a lot of sparring. We're trying to peak and everything like that, and so everything's clicking. We're going full speed ahead in full gear.
Finish that. Pull it out.
The guys that have been helping me a lot in this camp are like Donald Lockett, we mentioned him in the first one, Derek Easterling, Taylor McCorson, Evan Esquera's picked up a big role, especially the closer we got to the fight. He's fighting the week after me. That's been huge. Jay Gennaro's been orchestrating everything. He's also my conditioning coach and kind of like my chief cornerman. Damian Norbosch just kind of keeps me on track and focused, and Robert Procountry, who's my Muay Thai and boxing coach. So that's pretty much it. Yuji Ichida's been helping me out with my grappling, so yeah. If I forgot anybody, sorry. When you get close to being within a week, you really have to pay attention to everything that you're doing. Every moment that you spend has to have a purpose, right? It's kind of like, I think, imagine you have like 1 week before you deploy to war, right? You only have 1 week to enjoy your family, and spend your time. So even when you're relaxing, you're trying to recover. When you're eating, you're trying to fuel your body. When you're training, you're trying to train your body for the combat that you're about to engage in. The little things you appreciate. Just straight water, you appreciate more. You appreciate the time that you get to spend with your kids more. Stuff like that. That's the biggest way that I think that it changes the week before. And then too, you start to turn on your mind. The mindset changes. It's all fun and games before, but now it's real serious. This morning, Chris Carrier also fought in the UFC in England, and we're still teammates. We communicate Facebook, email, text message, and everything like that. And I get most anxious when one of my teammates fights. It's an emotional roller coaster. I actually had to stop watching almost immediately. It's tough because you're watching somebody that you care about in a situation that you have no input in. You know what I mean? You just got to watch where the chips fall. And I know he's well trained, he's well conditioned, and he has everything together. So I'm not worried about how he's going to do, but it's just like watching. So it makes me really anxious. Gets me motivated too, though, to get in the gym and train. I was a little bit late for the training today because I was watching that, and there's been a number of times I got to accompany him into the cage, and I've gained a lot of experience from being teammates with him. So you know, I'd like to congratulate Chris Carrasso on his win, and every time that I think we've fought back-to-back weeks, we've both done well, so I'm excited. It's kind of like an ongoing ritual that we have. And then again, my teammate Evan Esquer is fighting the weekend after me in a local show, and it's like we're the three amigos. For the longest time, it's just the three of us training together, so yeah, pretty excited.
Nice.
Any predictions for me? Any predictions for myself? I mean, you know, going into this thing, everybody has their input, right? Everybody says, do this, do that. Be, you know, evasive. You don't want to stand in front of Kid. All kinds of stuff. And the real honest thing for me is that my goal is, I never cared about winning or losing. I never cared about sponsors, never cared about exposure, never cared about fame. It just, I want to go out there and be the best me that I can be, and that's just implement my game plan. You know, I don't care if he's thinking he's prepared for what I've got to dish out. I'm sure he's thinking he is. You know, I know he's training with mutual friends of ours, you know, preparing for what he thinks is me, you know. But there's only one way that I fight, and that's forward, and that's at full speed. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to pace myself. The times that I've listened to people with over elaborate game plans, I didn't like it. It didn't feel right, and you know, it ended up not going me. If I just come at you, fucking, you know, full speed ahead, not trying to hold anything back in the gas tank, and you know, no matter how the six fall, you know, I'll be happy with that. I'm not trying to start a legacy. I'm not trying to maintain a legacy. So yeah, I think this has potential to be you know, fireworks. You know, so I've been in fights before, nominated for Fight of the Year. I know Kid Yamamoto's had some exciting fights, and if he thinks that he can intimidate me, you know, I think it's going to be even more interesting. People say avoid his power. People say avoid his takedowns, avoid his ground and pound. I want to experience that. I want to feel his power. I want to feel his power and then drive through his power. So, predictions, I think that this is going to be the fucking most exciting fight of the year. You know? So that's my only prediction. And if I fall short of that, then, you know, that's what I'm fighting. That itself. Yeah, closing it out. Sorry if I seem a little temperamental or like really worked up today. It's been really exhausting. Yeah, I'd like to thank my sponsors. You know, not all of them will be authorized in the UFC, so I want to go through a list. A lot of these guys have been with me back before you know, I was even fighting on TV. So I'd like to thank you know, Mint Shoes, Mint Designs, Scramble, you know, scramblestuff.com, Choke Skill, Konjo Gear, you know, ftccgym.com. That's my house. You know, there's Tap Out, you know, Scrape's hooking me up. Scrape and Charles had my back way back in 2002. You know, even though they're not my official sponsor, OTM, you know, we came up together on the mats in Half Gracie's. You know, is there anybody else I'm forgetting? Show Your Roll. You know, Show Your Roll. And, yeah, Fat Lace. Mark at Fat Lace, back when he was just part of Mech Graphics and starting, you know, bringing it back to all the Bay brands. Yeah. Yeah, well, it's not official. Oh, and Xbox. As if I don't play that shit enough, Xbox is my sponsor. So kids, if you want to grow up and get paid to play Xbox, yeah, you can become a UFC fighter and do that too. And ammo2go.com, even though it's not official yet, but I'll buy a bunch of ammo eventually. Okay, so leading up to the fight, you guys can follow me on Facebook and Twitter, and I'll apologize now because right before a fight, usually I start to post a bunch of emo stuff, and You know, sometimes it sounds really barbaric or psychotic, but sometimes it just sounds emotional. But I'll apologize first. But yeah, check me out on Twitter and Facebook.